and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. President appoints Prabhu Ram Sharma as Chief of Army Staff, the new Army Chief to assume his responsibilities from September 9. NC Vice President needed to contend for presidential post, sets up contact office to meet party leaders and cadres. Central Bank report shows 3.6% inflation. Current account remains at a deficit of Rs 333 billion. US promises to hunt down Kabul airport attackers. Death toll from the twin blast climbs to 90. And Manchester United to bring Cristiano Ronaldo back. The club makes an official announcement confirming the report. And now the news in detail. President Bidyadevi Bhandari has appointed Prabhu Ram Sharma as the Chief of Army Staff of Nepalese Army. The office of the President said in a statement yesterday that the appointment will come into effect from September 9. According to the statement, Sharma was appointed as the new Army Chief upon the recommendation of the Cabinet. Newly appointed Sharma will now become the 44th Chief of Nepalese Army. He succeeds Purna Chandra Thapa, whose 3-year term is expiring on September 9. President is the Commander-in-Chief of the Nepalese Army, born on 5th January 1964 in Kathmandu. Lieutenant General Sharma has received high-level trainings in national defense from India, terrorism and security training from the United States of America, defense training from Thailand and Pakistan, and peacekeeping from Bangladesh. Sharma holds a master's degree in history from the Tribhuvan University, Nepal, and Masters of Philosophy in Defense and Strategic Study from the University of Madras, India. Nepali Congress Vice President Bimalendra Nidhi has announced that he would be contesting for the post of party president in the upcoming 14th General Convention. A report. With the announcement to contest for the post of party president, Bimalendra Nidhi has established a contact office at Thapagaon of New Baneswar for meeting party leaders and cadres. Inaugurating the office yesterday, the former Deputy Prime Minister said he would be competing for the post of party's chief, not to defeat or prove anyone else incompetent in the party. During the occasion, he said he wished to further strengthen the party and contribute to the party to gain a majority in upcoming elections of all levels. Stating that the party had a great role in facilitating promulgating of the constitution, Nidhi said his party would own up the responsibility for the effective implementation of the constitution. He argued the irregularities have surfaced in each sectors in the country for 3 years as the country was governed by a political party that does not believe in the spirit of the constitution. He further shared that over 35% active members were youth, therefore he will facilitate the youths to come to the party leadership. The Nepali Congress has mobilized election officers in 38 districts for the forthcoming 14th General Convention of the party. Party President Sher Bahadur Deuba has signed and handed over the name list of active members of the party from 38 districts to the Central Election Committee on Thursday. Election Committee Coordinator Mahadev Yadav informed that the election officers were the lawyers from the Democratic Lawyers Association, a sister wing of the party. The district election officers would coordinate with the district presidents of the party's sister organizations and Teachers Association. The party said that the election officers for the province election will be appointed later. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. Now we continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed a total of 2,065 new cases of COVID-19 across the country. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, the new cases were detected from 1,577 PCR tests and 488 antigen tests. Meanwhile, 2,337 COVID-19 patients recovered from the disease yesterday, taking the recovery case load to 708,230 till date. The recovery rate in Nepal is 93.6%. The number of active cases stands at 37,599. Among the infected ones, 622 have been receiving treatment in ICU facilities and 171 with ventilator support. Similarly, 24,673 patients are in home isolation, 2,923 in institutional isolation and 337 in quarantine. Likewise, the virus claimed 25 lives across the country yesterday. This puts the COVID-19 death toll at 10,663 as of now. The ministry further informed that 179,865 people got vaccinated against coronavirus on Friday. The number of fully vaccinated people stands at 4.05, while over 5.6 million people have received the first dose of vaccine, according to the ministry. And now the news from economic front. The average consumer price inflation stood at 3.60% in fiscal year 2020-21 compared to 6.15% a year ago, according to Nepal Rashtra Bank, a report. Unveiling the annual report on current macroeconomic and financial situation of last fiscal year on Thursday, the central bank said that the average consumer price of ghee and oil, pulses and legumes, tobacco products and transportation subgroups rose 17.54%, 10.65%, 9.83% and 6.41% respectively on annual basis. During 2020-21, the country's exports increased 44.4% to rupees 141.12 billion compared to an increase of 0.6% in the previous year, the report further states. Likewise, import increased 28.7% to rupees 1,539.84 billion against a decrease of 15.6% a year ago. According to the report, the total trade deficit increased 27.3% to rupees 1,398.71 billion during 2020 and 21. Such a deficit has decreased 16.8% in the previous year. Meanwhile, inflow of remittance increased 9.8% to rupees 961.05 billion in the review year against a decrease of 0.5% in the previous year. The current account remained at a deficit of rupees 333.67 billion in the review year compared to a deficit of rupees 33.76 billion in the previous year. On the other hand, balance of payments registered a surplus of rupees 1.23 billion in the review year compared to a surplus of rupees 282.41 billion in the previous year. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Manchester United have confirmed they have reached an agreement to re-sign Cristiano Ronaldo from Juventus. According to the BBC, United have agreed to pay £12.8 million for the 36-year-old forward, with the deal subject to personal terms, a visa and a medical. Ronaldo scored 118 goals in 292 games in his first spell at Old Trafford before leaving for Real Madrid in 2009. Everyone at the club looks forward to welcoming Cristiano back to Manchester, United said in a statement. United's announcement came after a dramatic 24 hours. Neighbours Manchester City had looked to be one of the favourites to land the forward, and some reports suggested personal terms had already been agreed between the two. However, Ronaldo has opted to return to United, where he spent 6 years and won 3 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League, 2 League Cups and 1 FA Cup, as well as the FIFA World Cup World Community Shield under Sir Alex Ferguson. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. President appoints Prabhu Ram Sharma as Chief of Army Staff, the new Army Chief to assume his responsibilities from September 9. NC Vice President needy to contend for presidential post, sets of contact office to meet party leaders and cadres. Central Bank report shows 3.6% inflation. Current account remains at a deficit of Rs 333 billion. US promised to hunt down Kabul airport attackers. Death toll from the twin blast climbs to 90. And Manchester United to bring back Cristiano Ronaldo. The club makes an official announcement confirming the report. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.